point. I'm not gonna make this video too long, man. Please hit the like button and sub to the channel if you're not a member. All right. Uh, Look, I'm gonna make it short, sweet, and to the point. Salute to all of my subs that's been rocking with me, my day ones, as well as my new subs. I appreciate you with the support of this channel. And I also want to salute to the whole entire Lions Den basketball as well as boxing communities. Salute to everybody there. We talking hoops on both ends today. All right, men and women's. Uh, First and foremost, man, let me give a shout out to the brother Sheryl for TV. He was the one that I saw talking about this. Um, if you're not sub to Sheryl, definitely go sub to all of his channels that he has, and definitely one of the pillars in the Lions Den basketball and boxing community. Now, with that being said, Isaiah Thomas, man, you need to shut the hell up, man. Okay, please. I know I got Isaiah Thomas as my starting point guard. Okay, a lot of people already bicker and cry and whine because I have Isaiah Thomas as my starting point guard. But that doesn't exempt him from any type of smoke. You definitely gonna get the smoke. Now, you sat up there and said, I think one of the most lamest takes that you probably could have said. And like I said, man, I got respect for Isaiah Thomas. Love what he did on the court. Hall of Famer. Uh, One of the greatest point guards to ever play the game. But you out of pocket on this one, okay? First and foremost, we know good and goddamn well Scottie ain't winning shit without MJ, okay? As well as the collective cast, too, as well. You got to think about it. Yes, Scottie Pippen, was he an elite defender? Yes, he was. Uh, did Scottie possess athleticism? Yes, he did. You know, I like him too, Ted, but I got to give him the smoke, okay? It doesn't matter if, you like somebody or something like that. I got to be real, and I got to keep it a stack. I'm going to keep it a million on here. I ain't going to hide nothing, okay? Isaiah Thomas is out of pocket for what he said. We know damn well he ain't winning shit without Pippen. And on the flip side of without MJ. And on the flip side of the coin, too, MJ not gonna win shit without Pippen neither. Okay. Now I want people to understand that before we get all these people up in here talking about, oh man, we're getting all in their feelings and all that other stuff. Yes, I said it, goddammit. Not gonna win without Pippen. You ain't gonna win without Rodman neither. Okay. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. All right. They all needed each other. But we know damn well that Pippen is not gonna win without no MJ. Pippen ain't gonna win without Rodman. He ain't gonna win without Horace. He ain't gonna win without Phil. He ain't gonna win without Ron Harper. He ain't gonna win shit. He might not even win without Randy Brown out in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. Listen, Isaiah Thomas is still holding on to this beef that he got with MJ. He can't get over it. You know what I'm saying? It's just this competitive stuff. I call it competitiveness. Because he being real petty now. He know damn well in the back of his mind, Scottie Pippen is not gonna win without MJ. You know, the only way that he could possibly win without MJ, he would have had to have pretty much a juggernaut of a team, like the Boston Celtics or like a Detroit Pistons or somebody that could pretty much do damage both in the East as well as the Western Conference. But I didn't see that happening. The closest that they had was when they came close, and we all know the story that happened. Him and Phil, they had that debacle and everything like that. Now, some of y'all are going to disagree with me. That's fine. You open to disagree with me. Just keep that shit respectful, okay? But we all know damn well that Scottie Pippen, he wasn't the leader that MJ was, okay? He didn't possess that fortitude that MJ did, and he wasn't willing to sacrifice like MJ was. Okay, sacrifice takes a lot more than just okay coming to practice when you don't want to. Sacrifice. You said Zeke jealous. Jordan was more like by Bobby Knight and Zeke family were Jordan fans wore jersey. Yeah, I mean that whole Chicago thing. I mean you took it to a whole nother stratosphere. I wasn't gonna say all of that, but yeah, that that some of that there's a lot of truth to that too. Because Zeke what did run Chicago. As well as Nick Anderson, as well as Doc Rivers, as well as Benji. No, don't nobody even talk about Benji. Benji would have been a terror, the guy that got killed by the GD dudes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Um, but anyway, uh, the thing about it is that we got to understand. You said Zeke admitted it. Yeah, I know. Well, see, this is the thing. He gonna be petty in any type of way. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I feel like Isaiah Thomas should have been on the dream team? Yeah, he probably bitter about that. I don't blame him for being bitter. We know damn well that Stockton should have been replaced by Isaiah Thomas, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, let's spin the block talking about this, right? We know damn well that Pippen wasn't the leader that Jordan was. Pippen wasn't the shooter that Jordan was. Okay, and if we got to make this comparison between Jordan and Pippen, we have to in terms of the leadership. But he needed Jordan to fulfill in clutch areas that Pippen couldn't, to defend when Pippen couldn't. That was very very rare because Pippen could guard pretty much four positions, sometimes five, depending on who was playing that five position. But Jordan could too. Jordan could too. He could do everything that Pippen could, but better and fill some of those areas that he couldn't. And then from a mental capacity, Jordan had already had to possess the mental fortitude that Pippen didn't, in terms of being able to come in and be strong-minded and be able to take a lot of things that Pippen couldn't. He was very weak-minded when he came in, and he had to be molded. Jordan, what did he have some things that he had to work on? Yeah, but he learned through trial and error. But the thing is that they both needed each other. Okay, you're not gonna win a championship by yourself. Pippen was not gonna win without Jordan. Jordan wasn't gonna win without. They could have got far without Pippen. Considering and I'll put it to you like this, right? Now I have my feelings about this. I feel like Jordan actually could have won without Pippen, but he did need like somebody like a Rodman, because him and Rodman was able to get it done. And if they would have had a couple of guys in there, like the supporting cast, let's say that he would have had Ron Harper. I think they possibly could have won, even though that Ron Harper wasn't what he used to be or whatever. But they still would have been able to be quite competitive. You know what I'm saying? I got my theories on that. You know what I'm saying? You said Pippen best chance with 2000 Blazers to change legacy, seventh ring. Yeah. Um, I mean, but he also had a chance, when Jordan was gone, and they got a lot of people felt like they got robbed by New York or whatever, and they didn't get to play Indiana and all that other stuff. We know how that go. You said salute. I disagree. You said he can win a final without Jordan, but the Bulls, man, get out of here, man. That's cap, man. Yeah, you know you know damn well you out of line for that. If he could have won, how come he was asking for Jordan to come back? Okay, that settles that whole argument. He was frustrated. Man, Pippen actually was about to leave Chicago as frustrated as he was. He couldn't deal with things without Jordan. He didn't know how to be no leader. He didn't know how to be no leader. He wasn't a leader. He didn't have it mentally like Jordan did. Like I'm talking about coming in. Now he tried his best to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? When Jordan was gone and everything, but we see how that went. Okay, so no, he ain't winning without Jordan. Okay, he ain't winning without Jordan. You said beating the Shaq and Kobe team, then beat Reggie. Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And plus, Pippen wasn't. He wasn't like what he was on the Bulls on the Blazers. Okay, after he left the Bulls, man, he pretty much went downhill, man. I mean, he had a solid season with the Blazers, and then of course he wasn't what he was when he was in H Town or whatever. Neither him nor Charles Barkley was. You know what I'm saying? You said he asked Jordan to come back because Pippen wasn't ready for the spotlight. Well, yeah, I mean, but Jordan wanted to smoke. Jordan was ready for the spotlight, even though he was an introvert. Jordan was ready for the mental capacity. Jordan was ready for the criticism. Jordan was ready for guys that were going to be coming at him. You know, you see, Pippen wasn't ready. You had to mold him. And listen, I want people to understand. I like Pippen style of play. You know what I'm saying? Because I like defensive guys. But he didn't have the type of heart or mentality that Jordan had when they faced the Bulls. I mean, when they faced the Pistons, when they were facing the Boston Celtics. Hell, when they were facing guys like the Milwaukee Bucks and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It was a tough Eastern Conference, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, guys like, even when they played New York and New York, they were trying to have that little debacle, New York was actually trying to be king of the East, you know what I'm saying? Especially when Jordan wasn't there. Man, you think Pippen could last New York and all that other stuff with Xavier McDaniel, Anthony Mason, John Starks, a rough physical era, and you think he could lead the charge through that? Hell no. Hell no. You saying Jordan was the great, while the Wizards didn't get a title from Jordan? Oh my goodness! Do you know how old Jordan was? And then on top of that, he didn't have no good. Listen, I'm not making no excuses for Jordan. We talking about in his prime. We're not talking about no 39-year-old Michael Jordan that just stepped down from smoking cigars and drinking yak and stuff like that, and barely playing, and then he gonna go ahead and come back. No, Jordan was finished, and I knew Jordan wasn't gonna win with no Wizards team. And he took how many? He took like a couple more years off. He took like what, five more years off and try to come back. Well, no, he took like 2-3 more years. No, he took 3 more years, and he came back because he came back in 2001, and he left right before LeBron came in. So don't try to use that logic. That logic right there that you're using, man. You gotta use something else better than that, Steven. You up in here comparing a Scottie Pippen in his prime, maybe 29, 30 years old at the most, maybe 31 or something like that, to a 38, 39-year-old Michael Jordan who barely was in basketball shape, was in the front office, wasn't even thinking about basketball. He was up in there trying to get his executive GM, all that, front office game right. What's up, Matt? Yeah, he was 38, 39, talking about Michael Jordan. How come he didn't lead the Wizards to no title? We knew damn well he wasn't gonna lead no Wizards to the title. I didn't even want his ass to come back. When they put him on live, when they put him on the cover, I had one of my friends talking about, oh yeah, Jordan coming back with the Wizards. I said, for what? This was the first time I ever said something like this to Michael Jordan. Now, when he came back in '95, I was like, yeah, he a little rusty. He'd be all right. I was excited. But man, when he came back in the early 2001 and all that, I was like, man, sit your old ass down. Sit your old ass down, man. Jordan was giving dudes buckets at 50. Yeah, and listen, he gonna get his buckets, and he gonna do that, and he was doing that with the Washington Wizards. But what you had to realize, Stephen, is that he had a very bad knee problem, and on top of that, he had what's his name, cracked his ribs that year too. Ron Artest, I think it was, cracked his ribs. It wasn't no way Jordan was going to lead no team. And on top of that, him being 39 years old. And on top of that, you playing for Doug Collins, and listen, I like Doug Collins and everything, but he wasn't on no level of no Phil Jackson. Yeah, sit your old ass down, man. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, like and I got respect for Jordan, but it was time for him to go. You know what I'm saying? Everybody said that. Now, Sheryl Swoops, let me move on to Sheryl Swoops and then I'm gonna go ahead and go. Sheryl Swoops, man, she need to shut up, man. I like Sheryl Swoops with her fine ass. But man, Sheryl Swoops, you out of pocket. Okay? Baby, your time is up. You sat up there and you called uh Stephen A. Smith a coward for defending Kaylin Clark and all this other stuff. Who you need to be calling somebody like that is Shannon Sharp sitting up there crying and stuff like that. But even if you would have said that, I would have said, hey, they got the right to their opinion. Look, I can understand you feeling the way that you feel and everything. I can understand that, your time is up. Y'all had a great time with the comments and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? You, Cynthia Cooper, Tina Thompson with her big old lips, looking good and everything. But y'all time is up. Y'all time is up. You said, yeah, Swoops OG. Jordan could have played until 60. Man, yeah, he probably could have played rec league or something like that. He ain't playing in no NBA. He ain't playing in no NBA, man. Them dudes would have been jumping all over him. I mean, he probably could have played, but he wasn't gonna be like, lights out and none of that other stuff. He'll get his buckets and everything, but he ain't leading no team to no playoffs or no championship. But anyway, to get back on Sheryl Swoops, man, like, man, just be quiet and enjoy the moment. Look, I'm not any of a bigger fan, a Kaylin Clark fan than what you is. But you got to give her props over the last several games. Kaylin Clark been balling. Kaylin Clark been hooping. Kaylin Clark done cut down on the turnovers. Kaylin Clark, done set the rookie assist record. Kaylin Clark is actually boosting the standings when it comes to the Fever. They actually they topped the Chicago Sky, even though the Chicago Sky, they got robbed last night or whatever. Shout out to the homie HDI TV. He talked about that too. But man, listen, Sheryl Swoops, man, just be quiet, man. Your time is up, man. Just embrace this. I think you're really bitter because you were in the beginning trying to establish what the WNBA was. You, Rebecca Lobo, Lisa Leslie, you know what I'm saying? All of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all were the beginning. Cynthia Cooper, all of y'all. But it wasn't what, I mean, it was exciting and everything, but a lot of people still didn't take the WNBA serious. You said, would you brag beating Jordan one-on-one in 2024? Nah, not at all. Because you remember somebody beat him in one-on-one a while back. They beat him in his prime. You know what I'm saying? So no, I want to beat somebody. And this is my last thing before I go ahead and go. I don't want to beat nobody that's old as hell, who's slow, who can't jump no more, who can't dunk over me, who can't block my shot either when I'm shooting or when I go to the rim, who can't stop me from a first step, pick my pocket, do all that stuff, lightning fast, all that stuff. No, I want to be able to say, nah, I beat Anthony Edwards. Nah, I want to be able to say, nah, I bust Jalen Brunson's ass. I want to be able to say, nah, man, that motherfucker Jaylen Brown wasn't keeping up with me. Man, you beating the old ass Jordan? Okay, yeah, you supposed to. Jordan up in there dancing with his wife in Paris. He probably over there snorting lines with Marcus Jordan. He's like, hey, look, I ain't mad at you, son. Just make sure you can let me hit it sometime, man. Keep it out the limelight. Now let me hit that. You know what I'm saying? Jordan up in there drinking good, smoking good, probably fucking a few bitches on the side. You know what I'm saying? He over there playing golf over there with Bubba Wallace and shit with NASCAR and the hot ass sun and shit like that, man. Now Jordan ain't really thinking about basketball like that. Straight to the point, I'm out.